Yes. No QI.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Besides, also just like my second speaker had said, children is a gift, so parents should love them no matter what gender they are. It might be good decision for the and also for the gender selection technology, it might not be a good decision for the parents in the long run, because critics have said that there is no assurance parents who have undergone a complicated process to conceive a child or children will remain happy with the decision they have made. If the things will not work, because the technology was not fully developed, and if the things do not work out the way they have hoped for, they might end up with rule and consider it a mistake. Opponents said that if conception was not done the neutral way, there will be lesser chances of regret. And also, how do my dear opponent think that what gender is better for their child? Because the children, after they have grown up, they will more likely to understanding about their own identity. The baby in the stomach is also a human. Their brain is already formed, and when they are grown up, they will likely to know that they will likely to know that they will know that their gender has been chosen, and this is not fair for the children. And how will they think? And also, my dear opponent, how do you make sure that you are protecting your children? If you force your children to do what they are actually reject, you are harming them instead of protecting them. And maybe you think that gender selection will good for children, but what if they do not really grateful but disagree your decision? What could you do if children are actually suffering just because of your decision? And one of the issues that just asked by the fourth speaker from the government team is already said that it's a breach of moral and ethics. One of the issue opponents are raising is the ethical and moral implication of breaking the law of nature. That is the traditional way of conception without interfering with the gender of the unborn child. For them, parents should not act like God and deliberately choosing the gender of their baby. You said that baby born by parents and parents have right to choose their gender, but if baby grow up and not actually agree with about their own gender, and this situation will known by the baby and their sex are determined by their parents. They will know that their sex are determined by their parents, and then that is actually against with the human rights. Okay. That is all my rebuttals. Thank you. And now I will strongly oppose to today's motion, which is parents should be allowed to choose the baby's gender. Thank you.
Thank you. The third speaker has spoken for 4 minutes and 42 seconds. The first, second, and third speakers from government and opposition have delivered their speeches. Before the fourth team delivered the revised speeches, each team will be given 2 minutes to discuss. Start now. Alright, the discussion time is up. Here are the rules for revised speech. After the speaker has spoken for 3 minutes, the bell will ring like this. And after the spoken for 4 minutes, the bell will ring twice. The speaker has to stop. Now is the time for revised speech. We will now invite the opposition to present the revised speech. Time given is 4 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you, Chairman and timekeeper. A very good morning to the educators, members of the floor, and my fellow opponents. I'm Lian and I'm the fourth speaker of the opposition team. The topic for our debate today is parents should be allowed to choose their baby's gender. We, the opposition team, strongly oppose to today's motion. We believe that this statement is false. Now, it is a time to wrap up our debate and introduce some main clashes that went on during this debate. However, due to the limited time, I would like to elaborate deeply on one main clash, rather than superficially state several clashes. The main and most important clash in this debate is the question of parents are allowed to use medical technologies to select a male or a female baby. As the first speaker of the government team has said that it is advisable for parents with genetic disorder problem. But as my first speaker has stated that selection technology can be developed, genetic diseases will be cured one day by technology. And as the second speaker of the government team has said that the percentage of abandoned baby will decrease. But as my second speaker has said that children is a gift. Parents should love them, no matter what gender they are. That is parents' responsibility to treat their children equally. I would like to restate that baby in the stomach has already considered as a human. She or he has human rights. If baby grow up and not actually agree about their gender, and in this situation, if the baby knew that their gender are determined by their parents, we should let them to choose by itself in the future, as I think that they are more understanding about their own identity. Our first speaker spoke to you about baby will live as the parents' expectation if their parents are allowed to choose their baby's gender, and this has violated the Cantonism because baby are not living their own life. Our second speaker spoke to you about gender inequality, which is when parents are allowed to choose their baby's gender. This will make this concept become more worse. She also stated that this statement had against the natural law, as babies are gift of God, but not the gift of technology. Just like HUA's director Dr. David King has said, the creation of new life is the mostly morally serious thing you can do. We must not let it become just another consumer choice. If you are not prepared to accept and parent either a boy or a girl, you should not be a parent. Babies are gifts from God. No matter it is a girl or boy, you should give it your fully expectation and care it. Remember, children represent the future. Your responsibility as parents are just to encourage, support, and guide them. Don't let them become your appendant. Therefore, due to our superiority in our support of our argument, the opposition time stands and take this debate home. Last but not least, we strongly oppose to today's motion, which is parents should be allowed to choose their baby's gender. Vote for us. Thank you.
Thank you. The revised speaker has spoken for 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Now, let's invite the government to present the revised speech. Time given is also 4 minutes. Please begin.
In conclusion, our team is strongly convinced that parents should be allowed to choose their baby's gender. Because of human rights requirements for the family and preventing the happening of baby abortion and for what we stage for first degree parents should choose their baby's gender because the babies can't choose their own gender, even if we respect their decision. There are no specific gender contests. We are just stating that parents should choose the baby's gender by current situation. As the first speaker said, ancient China Kingdom traditional is to have a man to be a woman. It is their culture and it is a situation that people should respect. And it cannot be changed. Because their culture states the leader must be a man. Human rights issues and the overseas team claim that babies should think for themselves and do their own decisions. In contrast, by following the topic, we are discussing baby, not children. In that case, babies do not have the ability to think. Children should think. The second speaker of the opposite team said that it is breaking law of nature. Humans should think of their own goods. The choice of choosing baby is an individual personal matter. They can't be decided by gods as not everyone has the same God belief. In fact, according to the Western story tale, history of humans start because in the beginning, Adam and Eve ate the poisonous apple and disobeyed the God order. So this story tale tells us we should make decisions for our own goods and not following God's order. This is all the reason why I think that parents should be allowed to choose their baby's gender. So I hope that I strongly agree our points are correct. And not the opposition is because first baby cannot think for his technologies is not breaking the law of nature. Thank you.
Thank you. The vice speaker has spoken for 4 minutes. We have now come to the end of the debate. Please adjourn for our executives to make a decision. Thank you.
did a good job. So, for the government teams, so maybe lack of confidence. That's why you are so nervous when you are speaking and giving your points. So maybe you need to communicate more with your teammates so that you can have better teamwork. And then for the opposition team, you can see that you guys have very good teamwork. So you guys work really well.
Okay, so yay, give a big clap. Okay, you guys did very well. Okay, yes, first for the government team, yes, you are lacking in teamwork, but that's not a big issue actually. It's just that you need time. I think lack of time means that you cannot interact well with each other, sharing your points and everything. But I guess it can be improved over time. So if you happen to be in a debate competition again, make sure to remember that communication is the key. So work more with your teammates, and then yes, please be more confident. When you are confident, even though you say something that is wrong, entirely wrong, but then nothing can say anything. Nobody can say anything because you are very confident. So everyone was like going to give you all the attention that you need. So be more confident next time, alright? I'm going to see that from you guys. Be very, very confident. Then your point will be taken very seriously if you are confident enough. Okay, so good job for the government team. Okay, you guys did well. As for the opposition, the confidence is there, the teamwork is there. Okay, just maybe next time you can work more in terms of delivering your. I mean sometimes we can see a bit, only just a bit, the nervousness there. So next one, cover it up. Okay, but then yes, you guys did very well done job also, and thank you guys for participating in the debate competition this year. Good job, everyone. So yeah, comes to that part already. Shall I announce now?
We need to.
Oh, do you want to guess?
You want to guess? Don't need to guess.
Nevertheless, result is just a result, just something on a piece of paper, okay? Nevertheless, came from your hard work. So, I would like to congratulate the opposition team on your win. Okay, congratulations. As for the best speaker, good job, Miss Yan. Well today. Nevertheless, everyone did a very good job. Good job.
Yeah.
Very well.
Thanks to the teacher.
Yes, because the topic is a bit
Challenging.
yes, it's more on the moral part. So it comes to like some people might even argue in terms of religions and moral ethic and everything, but then at least we don't come down to that part, so we are good. Okay, good job. Alright, thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Don't give don't